you guys able to see my screen? It should be visible. Are you able to? Someone confirm? Yeah, good. I think we can just continue. So today I just want us to learn about Python lists. Because I think yesterday you were able to check some of operators. There is this one that we didn't check. That is the operator precedence. So operator precedence, I normally like. I like telling people operator precedence is like it is just like it's like BODMAS. I think you know how BODMAS works, right? So again, it's like now BODMAS when it comes to Python, this precedent operator precedence. So we see that operator precedence describes the order in which operation should be performed, just like BODMAS, how it operates, like showing you the order in which operation like they should be like executed. Right? So it applies the same. So we have like parentheses with the highest order of precedence. We have the exponential. These are things that you can just read on yourself. I don't think I have to explain much. But this is the order of precedence, starting from the parentheses all the way to all. Uh, I think there is something I should check here. We're saying that if two operators have the same precedence, the expression is evaluated from left to right, just as in BODMAS. Uh, we have yes, a question from Amos. Yes, Amos, I'm doing the recording. I can record. I think today you will get a recording uploaded. Um, so I think that is exactly that with the operator precedence. And I think I'm having an example over here. Addition plus and subtraction has the same precedence, and therefore we evaluate the expression from left to right. So and even I have this example over here. I think we can execute this and see what will be the output for this. Let me just have a cell over here. I think you can just have a, let me just print this here. So what should be the output of this? Any person? That is 5 plus 4 minus 7 plus 3. What should be the output for this? Now that we know that plus and minus have the same order of they have the same order of precedence. What should be the answer to this?
5.
Should be 5, right? Let's see the output for it. So it should be 5 plus 4, which is 9. 9 minus 7, which is 2. 2 plus. So we are executing from left to right. Sawa sawa. I think you can just jump into list so that we can see what we got in lists. What is this? So we are saying that lists are used to store multiple items. I think there is someone, I don't know who, who was asking how to store multiple items. So we use a list to store multiple items in a single variable. We are going to see how we create that. We are seeing that lists are one of four built-in data types in Python used to store collections of data. The other three are tuples, we have sets, and also we have dictionary. All these data types, they can store multiple items, all with different qualities and usages. I think you are going to see each and every data type. So let's see how we can create a list in Python, and it's just quite it's quite just we just have to have a variable, then we equate that one to let me just have a simple list here. I think I have it here. I have one here whereby I'm saying that this one is a this is my list is equals to, we use squared brackets. These are the squared bracket. You know, there are different types of brackets. So we have, these are squared brackets, and these are the ones that we use to create a list. Like this one is a list of fruits. I think I can rename this one to fruits so that it can be meaning. It can make like sense to everyone. So these are fruits is equals to apple. We have a banana and we have a cherry. So also you should notice that items in a list, they are like in all the items in a list, they are enclosed by quotation, that is opening and closing quotations. That is for strings. But if I had also a number, I can add maybe a number, but now this one will not make any sense because this is a list of fruits. I think we'll have another list here which can hold the numbers. Numbers which is equals to, maybe we can have 12, 13, 14, right? So this one again, it is another list of numbers. So this is how we just create lists. So let us just see how we print items in a list. I think you can have, we just have a comment here, call it lists. So let us just have example one. So you can start with the fruits, the fruits list. So you can have so you notice here I have two lists, so I can call this one my example two. Example two. Very good. Let me just delete this. And also this. Good. So if I want to print my items from the fruit list and numbers list, I just have to do a print then fruits, and I can print the numbers. So if I just execute these, I should get two outputs. That is the first output that will just give me will display the items in a list, that is apple, banana, and cherry. And also we have the other one for numbers, that is just displaying the number, also the numbers in my list over here. Also you can use if you want to print each item individually, I think you can also use the for loop, the one we were using yesterday, like for maybe x in fruits. I think we have it over here. So for x in fruits, and then I print x. So if I execute these, I should get all the items in my in my fruit list. So any question how we create a list? Any question? This is how we just create a list. You can also like read these numbers. I think I can change this one to numbers list, and then I just execute these. You notice I'm getting all the items in my list. So any question? Are we good? I think silence means we are good. So let us just continue with the other part of discussion. We are here. Can comment on these. There are some characteristics of lists, and one of the characteristics of lists is that list items are ordered, they are mutable, and allow duplicate values. To say that they are ordered, the meaning of that they are ordered, it means that anytime I want to, they have like their indexes. So having starting from index 0. So like in the numbers list over here, 12 is index 0, and 13 will be index 1, and 14 will be index 2. So meaning that they are ordered. Mutable, it means that they can be changed. You can change. You're going to see that you can add some. You can add some L items in my list at any position that you want. So meaning that they are mutable. You can manipulate your list. Um, allowing duplicates. I think you guys know what is a duplicate. I can have a 14 and a 14. There is no harm in having duplicates in your list. And I think that is that about ordered, mutable, and duplicates. We are seeing that list items are indexed. I think I've already said that. And the first item has index 0. And the second item has index 1. I think I've already said that. So ordered, when we say that lists are ordered, it means that items have a defined order. So anytime you hear of index, I think you should know that we have order. So if you add a new item to a list, the new item will be placed at the end. I think you're going to see that. Changeable, we talk of changeable or mutable. So the list is changeable, meaning that we can change, we can add, we can remove items in our list. Also the part of duplicates. Since lists are indexed, lists can have items with the same value. So list allows duplicate values. I think I even have an example over here where I have this list where I have apple, banana, cherry, apple, cherry. So I think that is that with order, duplicate, and build like the changeable character of lists. The other thing that I think we should check is how to check the length of of a list. And also we use the len function. I think we used these. Is it yesterday? I think yesterday we used this one to check the length of a string. So again, we can use this function to check the length of your list. I think you can have. Okay, I think you can discuss and then see these. We have a. Let me just change this one to fruits. Fruits there. So you can check the length of these. Let's use this one here. And let us have a list here. So this is my list. Oops. And I think we should start with what? Let me check this. Yes, we can check the length of our list. Let's see how we do that. I think you can check the length of this by just printing. We want to print the length of our list. Good. You can run that. You notice that we have 3 items in our list. So you can add another one here, maybe orange, and try to check that. So you notice that now we have 4 items. So that is how we use the length again to check the length of a list. The other thing that I think we should check is what? Check this. So we are talking of list. List item can be of any data type. And I think I have an example here. We have list 1 having some strings. We have list 2 having some numbers. And we have a list that contains Boolean values, that is true, false, false. Okay, a list can also hold different data types. I think there is someone, I don't know who asked a question on if a variable can hold different data types. Yes, it can, using now this data type of list. Because you notice that this one is just one variable and it is holding different. We have a list that has different data types. Like this one is a string, this one is a numeric or an integer. We have a boolean. We can even put this one as a double, and then we have another string. So we have no problem when a list has different data types. The other thing is on type. I think we learned how to use type. Again, you can also check the type of items in your list. Let me just copy these. Let me copy this and use it somewhere here below. I think I can use it here. I want to comment out these, and let me say I want to check the type of these, the type of uh, elements in my, the elements in my, or the items in my list. So if I happen to run these, let's see what we are going to get. We are seeing that it is of type, list. Sawa, it is of class list, all type list. You can also check the fruits just to confirm that. Let me just fruits. You notice I'm also getting this class. It's of class list. What else do we have to learn about list? Let me share it, please. Good. We have another way to create a list. Okay, instead of using these squared brackets, we can use a list constructor. It's called a list constructor, this one, list, and then two parent. We have two parentheses here that is opening and closing. So instead of now using these squared brackets, you can just use this constructor to create a list. And I think we have a good example over here whereby I have, let me just change this one to fruits so that at least it can make sense to us. Um, yes, if I happen like to just, you notice that in here I haven't used the squared brackets, but I've used this constructor, the list constructor. But you notice, let me just remove this. So I have this list constructor, and then I'll add another parenthesis whereby I'll add my items. So that is apple, a banana, I have a banana, and then I have a cherry. If I happen to run these, I just get the same output. We can check that. You can run that in this cell, and you notice I'm getting the same output. So we can have these or these. Let me just call it fruit underscore is equals to that. So if I happen to print both of them, just one is having underscore, the other one it doesn't have underscore, but you're going to get the same outputs. So anytime you want to create a list, you can either use the square bracket or the constructor. Any question up to that point? Do you have any question? Any question? Are we good up to that point? I think we're good. I think we have gone through that. So let us just go to the other data type, which is dictionary. And dictionary, just like the dictionary that you know, whereby we have key and value. So in the normal dictionary, we have a word, and then we have a colon, and then the meaning of that word. So again, in dictionary, when it comes to Python, we have a key, we call it key and value. So a dictionary is a collection which is ordered again, just like a list. It is also changeable or mutable. You can just have slash mutable, and do not allow duplicates. Just as the normal dictionary. I don't know if you guys have seen a dictionary having duplicates. Just the normal dictionary. I think you can prove me wrong if you have ever seen a duplicate in your dictionary. So those are some of the characteristics of dictionary. It is change, it is um, disordered, can be changed. It does not allow duplicates. Um, Another difference, the difference between now the list and a dictionary is that dictionaries are written with the curly brackets. For those of us who don't know the curly brackets, there are these brackets over here. I think you guys you can see that. But in the case of list, we are using squared brackets, right? I think we can have an example of a dictionary whereby I have models, car models. I have the I have the I think these are characteristics of a car. I just have it as a model. No, I think you can call them car. You can have a car with a brand Ford, with a model Mustang. Let me just use a model that we can resonate with. You can have, I think we used, let us just use a Toyota. I think we can have a Toyota, yeah, 2018. This one should be Toyota what? You can have Wish. I think those are good characteristics of our car. We have brand, we have model, we have here. What else should we add? Any suggestion? We have the brand, we have the model, we have the year. What else should we add? Any suggestion? Lewis? You can have Carla. Anything else? It should be black. Anything else that we should add? Those are enough. So we have brand, and you notice that all these characteristics are separated using a comma. We have the brand, which is Ford. We have a model, which is Toyota Wish, then a comma, then we have the color, which is black, and then a comma, and then we have here, that is 2018. You don't have to include a comma, because this is the last characteristics of that car. So I think you can try and print that. You can copy these and have a new cell. As I said yesterday, that you should include some comments. Yeah. Creating so let us see the output for this. can see that we have all the characteristics printed out. We have the brand, which is Ford. We have the model, Toyota Wish, color, year. So when it comes to dictionary, we say that it is key and value. So you can get value using the key. I think I can show you that. Let me say I want just to get the brand of this car. So I just have to include a squared bracket in front of my variable name, and then I'll just include the brand. And even I can do that for the other for the other elements in my dictionary. So I think you can see that. See if I just happen to print out these again, you notice that I'm going to get all the characteristics of my car. This is Ford Toyota Wish Black 2018. And you notice that in this case now I'm getting them using the key. That is the brand, the model, the color, and yeah. So I think you should notice the difference. In the first case, I was just printing like everything. Okay, let me just comment out this. The first print is just giving me everything. That is the brand, the model, the color, and the year. But you can be specific, or you can just specify what you want maybe to get from your dictionary. Maybe you want to get the brand of that car, you want to get the model of that car, you want to get the color or the year. So you can do that using the method that I've just shown you. You just write your variable name. In front of it, you just have to have the squared bracket, and then you can just indicate what you want. In this case, you must use the quotation. So you can run that again and then save it. Good. I think with the dictionary, I think I will have everybody create a dictionary in your editors, and then I'll just choose just 5 random people to do what, to present, so that we can see that everybody is able to create a dictionary. So I'm giving you guys two minutes. I think 2 minutes are enough for you to create a dictionary. You can just create a dictionary with any dictionary of your choice, with at least two items, and then you print all the values. Yes, and then you print all the values using the print method. So shall we? Or do we have any question before we get into the task? Any question? So thumbs up if you are good. Hillary is okay. Winnie, Link Lewis, you have Rose. I think we have everybody is okay. So I think we can just create a dictionary of your type, of your choice. I mean, and then print all the items in your dictionary. Then we can. I'll just choose a random person to present. So 2 minutes to do that. Very fast. And if you are through, you can just raise up your hand. Who is through? I think 2 minutes are up. Who is through? No one? Rose?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, who is through? He should be through. Just a simple task. Amos. I think we can start with Amos.
Not yet.
Not yet through. How far? I think I can add 1 minute for you guys to be through. I think we have Lucy. Lucy, are you through?
Yes.
I think you can share your screen to us.
Hope you can see it.
Yes, I can see it. I think you can let us know what you have.
So I've created a dictionary on a song.
Yeah.
The name of the song is Amazing Grace. Its genre is a hymn. The author is John Newton, and he wrote it in the year 1779.
Yeah, good. Can you run it?
Okay. So when I run it, it's giving.
Yeah, good. I think that's okay. That's good. Any other person who is through? We have Lewis. Lewis, you can share your screen. Lucy, stop sharing. Lewis, you can share your screen.
Uh, can you see my screen, guys?
I think you're able to see it.
Yeah, so mine is on the student info. So this is a dictionary. So the student name, the university they are, the course they've enrolled, and the year they are. So when you run it, this is the output.
Yeah, good. I think
Yeah.
you got it. You got it right.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other person? I think we can have the last person now. Let's see we are together. Any other person who is willing to share what he or she has? So I think that is it with the dictionary. But with dictionary, I need us to learn some methods for like adding. You can add some items in we see how we add an item in a dictionary, and how you can also remove an item with an item from a dictionary. So we have methods that allow us to do that, and let's. I think we can have. We can start by adding. Let me just come to my dictionary here. So what can we add in my car? Like I can just we have the brand, we have the model, color here. What should we add in this?
Capacity.
Oh, capacity. Yeah, good. I think that is it. So we can have want to add the capacity in our car. So how do we go about it? It's just quite easy. You're just going to have you can choose car dot you can add. We have add. Let me check. You have that. We can add. We can add something. We can add capacity. Just have it. We can have capacity. Capacity, and you call these. I think you can call it to 2000. Call it 2000, right? So let us just run these. We are adding some issues. What are we not getting here? Isn't that don't we have add? Let me just try to pop something. Pop something over here. I think we have adding list, not in dictionary. But in case of a dictionary, you can add like this. Let's just have the car, just like as the way I was doing it. You can have the capacity. Then capacity, you can just call it maybe the capacity. Call it 2000 cc, right? Then if you try to print out these, you notice that now in our dictionary we have added another characteristics of our car, that is the capacity, and it is 2000 cc. You can also add like something like mileage. Let's see. You can add something like mileage. you can see that this car has maybe covered around 120,000 kilometers so far, so it's not new. And if we try to run this again, you notice that we have now another characteristics, that is mileage. We have added also we have also added the capacity. Anything else with adding? I think we are good with adding. That is how we add an item in your dictionary. So I think you can have a comment here. Adding items in a dictionary. I think also in the dictionaries that you guys have created, you can just try to add something, just to make sure that you are able to add on your end. So the other thing is removing some elements. Okay, before we get even to removing, we said that a dictionary cannot have duplicates. So let us just try to add a duplicate and then see what you are going to get. I'm trying to add mileage 2 times. That is the first mileage here and the second mileage. In this case, I can have 120,010. So let us just try to run this and see what you are going to get. So you notice that in this case, it is just picking the last mileage. We can't have duplicates. We can't have duplicates. So it's picking the last one. That is 120,010. This one. I think you can note that we didn't add the 120,000 kilometers. So having said that, I think we can go to removing some elements in your dictionary. Removing elements in the dictionary. So in this case, we have a function that is called pop. This one is used to remove items. So let us see how we can remove some items. So in this case, you just have to call or invoke your variable name, which is your list, which is car, and then dot pop. Then you just have to include the key that you want to remove. In this case, I just want to remove the capacity. Let us see what you're going to get if we pop the capacity. Let us print this. Let us print this before. This is after removing an item, and let us print this car list before. Removing an item. So you can just do a simple print and then see what you're going to get here. So we have just want to print car, right? So let us just run these and see. Oops. What is not happening here? I think I should have two prints. So before print, before removing the sorry, before we remove, we have these all these items in our dictionary. But now after popping out, let's see what you're going to get. I think I had just one print. I should have a print here before and after. I think there should be two prints, so that this one can be before removing an item. This one can be after removing an item. In this case, you are removing the capacity. So let us see that. So you notice before removing an item, we have all the items in our dictionary. But now after we use the car.pop capacity, you notice that the second print doesn't have the capacity. So that is how we remove elements in your dictionary. I think you can try it out in your dictionary. If you face any challenge, you can just raise up your hand so that we can help you. But that is it. That is adding. I think you have seen how we add and how we remove items in a list. I mean in a dictionary. Let me see what else we should cover in dictionary. We have also the dictionary constructor. Just as we have a list constructor, also we have a dictionary constructor, which is dict, and then we have the parentheses. So instead of using these, you can use a constructor. I think we have a good example over here. I think I can show you how to do that in an example here. Yeah, let me just add a cell here. So let's say we want to create the same dictionary now, but this time using a constructor. So we can have a comment saying that creating a dict using a constructor. So in this case, it's just quite simple. You can have the car is equals. We have the brand is equals to Ford. We have the model is equals to Mustang. I think you can change this one to Toyota Wish. Then we can have the year. This one is very old. I don't know if it exists. You can have the latest model 2022. Good. I think you can just have to print that, and you notice that you're going to get the same output. So you can use a constructor. And, what did I write here? A construct. Should be constructor. Yeah, I think that is it. using both constructor and the normal way. I think we have it like that. I think that is all about dictionaries. Maybe someone will ask me, someone can ask me, where do we apply these dictionaries? Someone can raise that question. Did you notice that this is one of the data type that is used most, especially when it comes to data. Even your information in the school management system that you guys use in your colleges or universities, all your data is stored in form of this. But now when it comes to systems, we call it in JSON form. I think for us who would maybe further this programming, maybe to program some systems, we'll understand what is a JSON. But your data is stored, or it is stored in the databases in form of there are in some databases like the one you just learned. The other one was storing your data in form of tables, but we have other databases that do not store your data in form of tables. So it stores in form of JSON, and JSON uses this dictionary format to store your data, whereby we have a key and a value, like let's say name, then we have your full name, admission, you have the admission, the course taken, then you have the course, then we have just like that. If I can show you an example of yes, an example data. So I think I can just show you something here. All these are JSON, they are in JSON format. Like you notice, like this one, we have the ID, and then you have ID here, we have the type, donut, we have the name, okay, just like that. In most cases they are JSON files. Let me check if I can see a simpler one here. You guys learned about relational databases. There are other types of databases where we store data in JSON format, like this one. We have the name John. This one is a dictionary, by the way. So you're going to see how they are used. Yeah, so I think we can continue with our discussion. Yeah, let us just check the other video. Where are we? Yeah, I think we can get into tuples. So what are tuples? Again, tuples is also a type of a built-in data type, and tuples are used to store multiple items again in a single variable. And a tuples is one of the four. I think so far we have covered two. This is the third one. So this is one of the four built-in data type in Python used to store collections of data. I think The other three, I think I had already mentioned that that is the list we have set in dictionary. I think we have covered list, and also you have covered dictionary. Now we are covering tuples. All with different qualities and usage. So a tuple is a collection which is ordered, and you should note this, that tuples are unchangeable. They are immutable. So you don't have those methods of adding and removing. You cannot do that type of operation in tuples. So when you create a tuple, that is it. You cannot change it. Also, tuples are written with round brackets, or what I'm calling parentheses. And let's see how we create a tuple. So this is an example of a tuple. I think I can just change this one to fruits. So a good example of or one of the use case of tuple is, okay, can you imagine if you are able to change your bank account number when you are doing some like when you get, okay, I'm assuming that every one of us has a bank account. What could happen if someone could change your bank account number? I think it could like bring a lot of confusion. So you notice that such data is stored in tuples, so that when you assign a certain bank account number, you cannot change it, and even you cannot change your name and the other information about you. So such information is stored in tuple. So some of the use cases of tuples is when, like, you want to create data that you don't want, you have no intention of maybe changing it in future, or you don't want your customers or clients to change it in future. So that is a use case of tuples, and that is what we're trying to create here. So this is how we created fruit. We have a fruits tuple, and that is it. I think this one is a good example of a tuple. You cannot change this. Maybe using add or even pop, you cannot change this. I think you can have. Let me just show you this. You can have list. Let's have another comment here. Creating a tuple. So this one is a tuple. So let's see. Let us just try to do some operation, maybe like fruits dot. Let's say maybe you want to add something. Orange. Yes, let us just try to add an orange, and then try to print and see what you're going to get. You notice that we are getting an error telling us that tuple object has no attribute add, and also we cannot pop. Let us just try to pop out something. In this case, I want to pop something that is already in the tuple. Just try to do that, and you notice that the tuple has no attribute pop. So meaning that you cannot change anything about tuple. I think I can do the changes here. I think that is that. So you can just run these. You see your output. So that is the difference between tuple and the other built-in data types. That is the slight difference. Difference between the slight difference between the tuple and the other three types of built-in data types. What else should we know about tuples? I think you have already said that it is ordered and changeable, and this one can allow duplicates. So you can have multiple apples, multiple bananas in your in your in your what in your tuple, simply because they are indexed. The items in the tuple are indexed, just as we said with the list. That the first item will take index 0, the second item will take index 1, and henceforth. So I think that is it with these tuples. And I think that is it. You can also check the length of a tuple using the len method. I think you have used this len method just a couple of times. Yeah, I think that is that. So yeah. Also, you have a tuple constructor. You can also create a tuple using the constructor. So I think I have an example over here. You're going to check it. Yeah, let us just check the last data type, which is array. Let's just check array. And we are saying that an array is a special variable which can hold more than one value at a time. If you have a list of items, let's say a list of car names, for example, storing the car in a single variable would look like this. So we have car 1, which is Ford, we have car 2, which is Volvo, and we have car 3, which is BMW. So if you are to store each car item in a single variable, this is what you could get. But we have a remedy whereby we can use an array to store maybe all these cars in one variable. So we continue and say that, however, what if you want to loop through the car certified a specific one? And what if you had not like 3 cars but 300 cars? Those are just some of the cases. It means that you could have maybe car 1, car 2, car 3 up to car 300, right? But is it necessary to have you type all those variables like car 1, car 2, car 3 up to car 300, car 300? No, I don't think that one is okay. But if you want, maybe. Yeah, but there is a solution to that. We can have an array. That is why we are saying the solution is an array, and an array can hold many values and a single name. You can access the values by referring to an index number. So let us see how you can get that done. So you notice again that array is using these squared brackets. Yeah, so you can have cars is equals to the BMW, we have Volvo, we have Ford. good. We have cars like this, so we can access the first item in our array using an index. This one is an index, so I'm just assigning. Okay, let me just remove that. So we are saying that car, I want to access car at index 0. So this one is going to give me a value, and that value I want to store it in a variable. So you can have this as x is equals the car, and even I try to print the value the content of this index. So I think I can take this and run it in a different cell over here. So let us just try to run this. So we are getting a BMW it is the one that it is at index 0. So I can change this one to index 1. We have Volvo. I can change this one to index 3. We have index 3. I think you're going to get an error, that index error, that is list index out of range, simply because we don't have index 3. But if I put 2, I'm going to get 4. That is how you get elements from a list, an array, using indexes. So any question up to that point? Any question? Do you have any question? Yes, I think we have one. Is there any question? We have Lewis Gatimo. Yes, Lewis.
I'm asking, can you access elements of an array directly using the print function? Maybe what if somebody wrote print and then the opening brackets car and then the index 0? Yeah. Cars, then you put the square brackets and the index you want.
The index I want, like 2, number 1. Then you can have 1.
Yes.
It's the same case. You're going to get you're going to get let's see this. We don't have anybody. We should get an output over here. Let me see this. I should get a. Let me just try to print out something here. We have the print, and then the cars, then we have 1, right? You should get an output, because I just wanted to put this one in a variable. I think it could be easier to print a variable rather than putting all the contents of your, like let's say in cases where you want to I mean you don't have like to put all these code in inside a print function. I think you can just assign this one into a variable, then you access the variable. But there is no harm if you wish to put this one in the print statement. But I always prefer it to store this in a variable. In a variable. Let's say this list had some values, such as, let's say, some numerics like 12. We have 15, and we have something like 20, and I want to access the element in index x2. Let me just comment on this. Yes, I'm going to get an answer that is element number that is 20. The value is 20. But what if I wanted to do some maybe maths here? I wanted to add. Let me show you this. Add maybe 32. The third element in the array. So how do you do that? You notice that you are going like to now to add to put an addition here, like plus, let's say that. You notice as things get complicated, you are like increasing your let's say the operations that are carried out in the print. So it is wise to put this value in an array, because now if I had this item in an array, I think I can reduce some of the operations that are going to be done in this print method. I'm also going to get the same answer as 20. And even this one you can assign it to another variable. Like I can have sum is equals to this. Then I print the sum. I think it's quite easier now. Is it okay, Lewis?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I think it's clear. So I think that is that with arrays. You can also check the length of an array using the len function. You can also add some elements in an array. In this case, you can use the add. You can use, I think there is a function for. Let me just check that. But we should be able to add some elements in an array using the append. We have the append function. This one. So you're saying you can use the append method to add an element in an array. It's just quite similar to what we were doing with add. Like in this case, you have the cast.append, then you append an element. You can also remove using the pop. I think you have already used pop. And also you can use the remove method. In arrays, we have the remove method. You can either use the pop or remove method. We have other methods in an array. Like we have the append, we have clear, we have copy, we have count, we have extend, we have index, insert. You can just create an array and try to use all these methods at your own time, just to make sure that you understand. Just to confirm. In fact, even if it's not understanding, but confirming if they are working out well. So we have like how many functions do we have here? We have like 12. There's 12 methods here. Yeah, you can just create an array and try to manipulate your array using these methods. Any question? Do you have any question regarding these inbuilt data types? Any question? Do you have any question? If no question, I think you can move to lecture 3. If no question. So with your permission, let me just open the lecture 3. And let's see this. And this, I think this lecture 3 we have so much. We have so much covered. That is the list, dictionaries, and arrays. We have so much covered here. You will just take your time to go through this. We have even more examples, and prepared some examples with in the list and the dictionary tuples and arrays. So I think you can just go through the examples. I think we did cover some of these in lecture 2. I think I prepared this for lecture 3, so I think we have moved very faster. So any question? I think you can have. Let us see what you have here. I think you have covered most of these examples. I think we have covered these. I've covered most of these. So any question before? I don't think we have enough time to introduce something new, but we have like 20 minutes. So I think you can. Let me just open another file. Here's a question from Lewis.
You are to take us through the process of installing Anaconda today.
Oh, by the way, I think you can use these 20 minutes to do that instead of introducing something new. Let me see what we have in lecture 4. Yes, I think you're going to get confused if I introduce these conditions. So let us see how we install the Anaconda. Yes, I think you can. Yeah, let us just see how we do the installation.